Yes, I'm gonna have to turn that one down a little bit. Turn it down a little bit. Turn it down a little bit.
1 2 1 2.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Studio Talk right here with your boy Mohawk Rap Khalifa. Today I have an exclusive international guest, a legendary guest, none other than the man called M1 from Dead Prez from the United States of America. Today we're going not in the game, we're going outside. We're going outside, you know what I mean? So ladies and gentlemen, I will have to welcome Mr. M1. Welcome.
How are you,
to the
brother?
blog. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother Mohawk. Thank you for having me here. Thank you so much for inviting me in front of this wonderful audience of yours. And I'm happy to be here in the Gambia.
M1, we've known you from the group called Dead Prez.
Yes.
A legendary group who inspired millions of people around the world, myself especially. And we want to know why you're in the Gambia. And it's an honor, first it's an honor to see you here in the Gambia, and what's the reason why you're here?
Well, thank you for your welcome and your invitation. You know, I'd like to announce to the people of the world, and more specifically to the people in Gambia, that I am a new resident of the Gambia.
Whoa.
Sure. So you may have heard us.
Have you got your voter's card ready?
Say again?
Have you got your voter's
I don't have the voter's card yet.
Okay, you're coming.
Everything to come.
Gradually.
Soon I will have that card, because we got something to say. We have something to say about situations here, and I only come to bring more abundance and bring the light to exactly what's happening on the Smiling Coast, and just be a participant. You know, I got to say, you might have heard on Let's Get Free, we talk about I'm an African.
Yeah.
You might have seen in the next album that we were even speaking Wolof, you know, a Gambian Wolof in our song Hell Yeah at the end of the video, courtesy of our sister Oli Mata. And I think it was just a prophecy for me to end up here. So I'm happy to announce that.
We gotta give a shout out to Oli Mata for bringing you over here.
Yes, sir.
And she's a tremendous lady.
Yes,
she's done a lot for the Gambian entertainment. We gotta give him give a very big shout out. Shout out to you, Oli.
Yep. Shout out to
Keep
Oli
doing
Mata.
what you're doing. We appreciate it. This song that's like gone viral back in the day. That's called Hip Hop.
Okay.
Dead Prez.
Yeah.
It was one of the biggest hits.
Yeah.
Can you talk us through that song and like the journey?
Well, it's a protest song. You know, it's bigger than hip hop. Means that we, you know, though hip hop is such a huge phenomenon to the world, we got to explore outside of the ideas that, you know, we definitely currently are discussing in hip hop music. You know what I mean? In that world that can be, you know, really, you know, mistaken as this place where, you know, these characters, you know, do these magical things or have these do unbelievable feats or have enormous money or power, influence. There is a behind the scenes. There's a wizard, you know, behind the curtain, if you will. And so that's where the hip hop, or the song is bigger than hip hop, was born for us. It's a protest against the exploitation in our music, about the way culture is being used, and it's really the biggest voice that Africa has ever had being seen in the right perspective. So that's what. Was it like a controversial song back in the day, like, or? You know, I can say, you know, the best thing about certain protest music, and depending on who's making it, you have to be able to speak in code. Right? Yeah. And that way the oppressor does not recognize everything that you're talking about in that moment. But you also have to be in duality, speaking to your audience very, very clearly. You know? And so we were able to duck and dodge a lot of criticism. But there's some people who understood the vibration no matter how, you know, coded the words can be, or how what kind of rhythm we doing it in, you know what I mean? And so, you know, it was seen as controversial to certain heads. But then there were certain people who, even to this day, may not know that we were making a criticism of the industry of music as a whole. You know what I mean? So for sure.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Still today, the song is one of the biggest hip hop songs right now. I mean, on my own perspective, it's one of the biggest hip hop songs. I always play it. Even today, I play it today.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And
it's like one of the songs that inspire a lot of people. Like I said, you know, especially activism and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the first time I heard the song, that was back in New York. When I was in New York and the song was out, I was like, whoa, this is big. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And since then, you know, we've been playing it in clubs and you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So about your other partner, like the other member of
yeah,
the group.
Stickman.
Yeah, Stickman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We Stickman. What about him? That's my brother for life.
Mm-hmm.
We came up together and moved to New York City from Florida where we met. And that's exactly why we decided to make that kind of music and take it exactly to the epicenter of where hip hop culture is from. So we moved into Brooklyn. Aside people like Yasin Bey or Mos Def, or Talib Kweli or M.O.P. or Biggie at the time, or Still in Tech, Boot Camp Click, Duck Down, all family. But we knew that we needed to be able to make our voice heard right beside those brothers who are giants in this hip hop thing.
So sorry to interrupt. Like the mic is kind of like moving across the.
Get me right.
Yeah.
Get me right.
There you go. There you go.
Get me right.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like the outfit, the African.
Thank you, brother. This is something I didn't buy this in Africa. I've been dressing. And talking about the importance of Africa all my life. So if you know us in Brooklyn, you knew we had on, a boo-boo and fatigues. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or like a crown and a medallion, African medallion. That's been me for
ages.
For all my life.
Yeah,
it's good to finally be here now in the source.
Yeah, it's good to have you here as a citizen of the Gambia. Do you have a Gambian name?
I don't have a Gambian name yet. I'm still Mutulu. You can give me a Gambian name. I'm open to that.
I'll give you a Gambian name.
Yeah.
After the show, I'll give you a Gambian name.
Yeah.
Or I'll let the audience, send in their Gambian names.
Please do. I mean, help me, be able to, to transform. I as an African know that as we grow, we take on more names, which is the tradition. So I can add it on or make it make sense. So if you out there and you listening to this program,
and you kind of similar to Fulani,
Yeah.
So
okay.
Probably we're gonna give you a Fulani name,
Okay.
Amadou or
Yeah.
Cherno Diallo or something like that, right?
Take it. Give it to me. Come on. That would be.
We're gonna ask Oli as well.
An honor. Yeah, that'd be an honor. Yeah. Oli.
Yeah. So when did you finally decide to stay in the Gambia?
Well, let me tell you, after researching Africa for so many years, I think I started trying to figure out Africa. It was Malcolm X that made me kind of understand Africa. And so for many years, I never thought to live here. But I did say, look, hip hop allowed me to explore first in South Africa. Is the first place that we ever went. I kept going there, frequenting South Africa for so many years. I was able to go to, East Africa a little bit, and over Tanzania and Nairobi over on that side, and some of those places. And then I started coming to West Africa. I went to North Africa, and I always knew that we being a threat to the West, to Babylon, to the system, always had to see Africa as the power source. Now, how close we get to the power source is one thing. So, again, I lived in New York most of my life. Never thought, hey, one day this could happen. But after visiting Senegal so many times and working with, artists like, Awadi and other artists in Senegal, I decided this would be the first place we should try. And so I visited Dakar for many years, working on many musical projects. Sister Oli, of course, met me there. We did it there. And she was always beckoning us to come to Gambia, come to the Gambia,
Yeah.
figure that out, and even telling me the differences.
Yeah.
But when my wife and I saw the opportunity, we knew, let's escape Donald Trump's madness.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's get over here where it's safe. Let's protect our legacy, put something in the ground, and return. If we're going to invest in anything, forget investing in whatever Babylon has to offer. Let's invest in home and the motherland.
Motherland.
And so we came to Senegal. We stayed in Senegal for a little while. You know what I mean? Like 7 months almost. You know, and then it took one visit to the Gambia.
The Smiling Coast.
Yeah, for me.
So is it smiling to you, the Gambia?
100%, man. Very open. My family, my 3 daughters are here now, and my father.
Right.
We're all here, and my wife, obviously. And let me tell you, I've never felt more at home. And like I've been all over this thing. Like I haven't been to every country in Africa, but I've been in a lot of them, and I've never felt more at home.
Yeah.
Than I feel right here in the Gambia. So,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
so
sure.
part of your career, like music, are you performing in certain areas, or do you?
We performed last year. We was the 25th anniversary of that album that had hip hop on it. Let's Get Free.
Yeah.
And so we did what we would, as close to what we could do as a world tour, minus a little bit of Asia and minus South America. We still touring everywhere, all over Europe and
you and Stickman.
And me and Stickman and the crew. Shout out to Umi, you know. Shout out to our DJs, Lex, another DJ, Dessert, you know. Shout out to Mike Flo. Even I can't forget, he toured with Dead Prez for so many years. He may see this program, and so. With that being said, yeah, we still out. As a matter of fact, I'm headed back to the U.S. tomorrow to do like a round of tours.
Yeah.
Going to perform in New York at Lincoln Center. Going to perform in Ohio. Hang around with Dave Chappelle a little bit.
Yeah.
Who's the homie.
Okay.
If anybody knows us from the Chappelle show. Yeah. He chose our song.
I met him one time when I was in New York.
Yeah.
I met him in the train.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, we had a little chat and
That's my brother for life. So I'll be seeing him in Ohio.
Yeah.
And then we'll go to
LA.
LA.
Say greetings from
Gambia. We're trying to get Dave and a bunch of other artists.
Get him some jokes.
Yeah.
Gambian jokes.
Some Gambian jokes. Yeah, I need some Wolof. I need to teach you some Wolof, bro.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, you need for sure.
That's great. That's great. It's great to have you here. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching our Studio Talk right here on Block TV with your boy Mohawk. My special guest here is legendary right here. Legendary M1 from Dead Prez. And M1, I want to ask you about the name Dead Prez.
Yes.
How did that name come about? Like,
we knew that we wanted to make a political statement, but we didn't want to go over the top. Again, hip hop is cold. It's cold, and in order to speak to who we needed to speak to, we knew we had to say the right words that could have a duality. Now, you know, I was reading the paper every day and seeing the word, you know, Prez, short for president says, or Prez does this, or the Prez was here. And so, you know, we know in the hood, the slang for money is dead presidents. And dead presidents had a certain kind of meaning culturally, like when you say dead president, trying to get some dead presidents. And so, you know, we took it in the political terminology, meaning like we are the presidents, but not reaching our full potential. Like we are dead, literally walking, you know, with no power, powerless presidents, like Dead Prez. And, you know, we knew that people would resonate with the fact that it's connected to the economic, the cultural, economic part of it. So we wanted to make a statement. And if you put the two together, it's kind of what we meant when we talk about where we want to see Trump, you know. We want to see him as a dead Prez.
Yeah, I know, right? That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come back, go for a commercial break. And once we come back with M1 Dead Prez, this is your boy Mohawk right here on Studio Talk.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Studio Talk with your boy Mohawk Rap Khalifa. Like I said, I have a legendary guest here tonight. This show is like one of the best shows like I ever had, you know. I mean, I'm really happy to have my brother M1 from Dead Prez welcome back.
Hey man, again, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, M1, Gambia, like, in the music scene, like, music arena, have you started exploring it, or have you ever done anything into the Gambian music? Like, have you performed anywhere, or, you know, done any music video, or, you know, work with any producer or something like that?
So, again, you know, I always got to give a shout out to my sister, Oli Matatal.
Yeah.
Oli is a mixer. She's, you know, always in PR. She's connecting forces. She's producing and making events happen. And so Oli really was the first person to introduce me. I stuck my pinky toe.
Yeah.
Into this Gambian scene, where recently I performed at the Cotton Club.
Yeah.
You know, and
I was there that time.
yeah. So I just came in. It was again my introduction to the scene, and I look forward to doing many more shows there. Of course, I met a few artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The plethora of artists who Oli works with, and you know we were able to see some of those artists. So I think this scene is very interesting.
Yeah.
One, because of the language. You know, you speak so many languages in this Gambian form. You know what I mean, including English. You know what I mean. So I look forward to mixing it up with a lot of people I see on the scene, and including yourself,
myself,
and
definitely
the
you heard
Fugitives.
that.
Shout out to the Fugitives family.
Man, you know.
Word up, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Taz. Shout out to DJ Graduate, Gilsey, and Sea Breeze out there. The Fugitives crew.
Word up.
I'll be honored to have a track with you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Come on.
Mix it up, English and Wolof and stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
that's huge.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
That's huge.
That's gonna be nice. Yeah.
Let's go.
And after that, do you intend to perform again in the Gambia, or do you want to like do another collaboration or like a video in the Gambia, like with Gambian artists?
You know, I gotta say, I have a huge plan for Gambia to only uplift what's here. I can't wait to work with so many of the artists, to learn Wolof, to rap in Wolof and other languages, and mix it up and get rid of some of the Babylon
Babylon concept.
But the plan I have more than anything is to bring a huge festival
in the Gambia.
And not only to the Gambia but to the continent as well. I'm working with an amazing set of artists, a musical family that I work with for many years. From everybody from the Marleys to all New York hip hop to you know, even R&B artists, and we're going to bring, I think, something to definitely Gambia. And to hip hop and music and the culture in the continent as a whole.
That would be great, because we'll be looking forward to that, because that will put Gambia on the map on the music industry as well, which is really good for Gambia.
Yes.
You know, because like for example, like you're bringing like different artists, and so many of those artists have like fans in the Gambia.
Yes.
And those fans want to go and see them like in real life. So
that's right.
that will be a huge opportunity for the Gambians.
Yeah.
We definitely be looking forward to that. You know,
man, I'm looking forward to it as well. I think this is the new. This is the new threshold for music, for culture as a whole. We've seen African music grow in different sectors. Every different vibe in every little place has their own little groove, you know. Which again, like I said, I studied from, you know, being in, you know, whether it be, you know, Sierra Leone, or you know, or hearing bongo flavor in Tanzania, or hearing all the different styles. You know, you've seen, you know, I'm a piano come and Afro beats and different, you know, everything from, you know, all the different styles of music that are now burgeoning throughout Africa. I think Africa has the voice, the sound, the vibration for the world, and should have been leading the world. But what it can do is make a break with the exploitive music industry, the Spotify's, even the YouTube, who pay artists the pennies of what they're worth. And I think that we can reorganize what power means in the hands of artists here. So I'm looking forward to that the most, like, you know, being a part of that scene. So
that's awesome. So I want you to take us back.
Yeah.
To your old days, like when you started the group, Dead Prez, and just tell us like how many albums you've got.
Yeah.
And like, you know, just vibe around, you know, that era when everything was like hyped up.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Well, like I said, we started, we got signed in 1996, the same time that Wu-Tang and Mobb Deep and Big Pun and Exhibit and all these artists, you know, now Remy Ma, were all on Loud Records. So our first album, Let's Get Free, and then we went to Sony and we put out another album called RBG, or Revolutionary But Gangster, really red, black, and green, which are the liberation colors of Marcus Garvey's flag. And well, again, we were pointing home, even from that point, from RBG, and we went from that point to make like a series of albums. Some people might call them mixtapes, but albums that are
the catalogs, like
and they were called Turn Off the Radio. So we got Turn Off the Radio, Volume 1 all the way to Volume 4. Okay. And shout out to people like DJ Drama, who came with us, and we're on Turn Off the Radio Volume 3. And DJ Green Lantern, who came with Turn Off the Radio Volume 4 with us. And then we, you know, continue to push that Turn Off the Radio, because a lot of times, you know, again, the concept of the album can be exploited, and we wanted to make a break with Sony. We wanted to break with the record label, so we weren't putting out the albums on their label. So a lot of times that can be obscure. Yeah. So people might not know about the Turn Off the Radio series, but if you know about Turn Off the Radio, 100% go check out those mixtapes or albums. Me and Stick have solo albums. I'm celebrating 20 years of my solo album, Confidential. Wow. He has a few solo albums as well, as he went into the fit hop world. He had the workout album, I think 1 and 2, and he's gone on to write some books. So there's many pieces of material. We put out another album called Information Age that came out way later than that, and we're still working on.
Have you done any projects with any reggae artists?
Reggae artists?
Yeah.
We started out many years ago. I want to say now might make 20 years that a brother named Power from Wu-Tang Clan put us together on a black and white soundtrack with the Marleys. So Damien, Julian, and Steven came to the studio and we did a song called Dem Crazy. That was probably the biggest reggae song we had done up to that point. But before then, I had worked with Michael Rose. I worked with my brother Jadon Blackamore from Brooklyn, who you might know from, you know, Soundboy Burials. And so, you know, we coming up in Brooklyn, we work with a bunch of reggae artists. Shout out to Ross Shiloh and all these guys. But people may have really heard us in the highest when we started working with Steven. We worked with Steven on his Root and the Fruit album since then. I recently did a track with you know, Queen Africa. Yeah, she's amazing, and you know, who knows when we will hear from that song, but it's a duet that she and I did together. Again, Jamaica is probably the heartbeat of like Dead Prez. When we say one thing about music, when it hits you feel no pain. We directly was extracted from Bob Marley. And so when you hear what we do, we are affected so heavily by reggae. Even in this studio right now.
Can you give us a recap of that lyrics that you had on that song?
Yeah, one thing about music, when it hits you, feel no pain. White folks say it controls your brain. I know better than that. That's game. And we ready for that. 2 soldiers head of the pack. Matter of fact, who got the gat? And where my army at? Rather attack and not react. Back to beat. It don't reflect on how many records get sold on sex, drugs, and rock and roll, or whether your project's put on hold. Cause in the real world, these just people with ideas. They're just like me and you when the smoking camera disappear. Cause in the real world is bigger than all these fake records. Where po folks got the millions and my sisters disrespected. If you check 1, 2, my word of advice to you is just relax. Just do what you got to do. If that don't work, then kick the facts. If you a fighter, rider, biter, flame igniter, crowd exciter, or you want to just get high, then just say it. But then if you a lie, pants on fire, wolf cry, Asian with a wire, I'm going to know it when I play it.
It's bigger than a hip. Bigger than a hip. My brother.
Word life.
Yeah, man, that's a good one.
Word
it's
life.
good to have you here.
All day, man.
Ladies and
Thank you,
gentlemen,
man.
that's M1 from Dead Prez. Good to have him here on Studio Talk, Block TV. It's like an honor. It's an honor, you know what I mean?
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me here. We just literally recorded a song.
I know. We just did a song
right now. You know? Shout out to Oli again, Sizzler Kalanji. Shout out to our brother Hakeem. You know what I mean? Who produced the track.
Yeah.
You know. Shout out to Mr. Harris in Jamaica, who was a part of that production as well. So yeah, right here. Right. Thank you. Yeah, it's an honor that I can sit and bang out with you. Brother.
No worries, man. Yeah, it's good to have you here. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's the end of the show. Studio Talk right here on Block TV with my man M1.
Yeah.
Good to have you here.
Thank you, brother Mohawk.
Studio Talk. Peace. I'm out.
The Fugitives. Shout out, let it roll off. Understand when we go off. To my brother Mohawk, that's how we do. That's how we do. Hey. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. My boy, you're building your jungle team. Some around to the partner team. My worker team, most. Hey, surprise me. Hip hop, what up, with me. Hey, one time, how we do this? Look. M1 and Brad.